Hello and happy day whenever you are tuning into this message. I wanted to send you all another really big big huge hug because I know that this time of year we are experiencing a tremendous amount of feeling. And if you're not feeling depressed and even or sometimes suicidal, granted someone you know probably is. So why we are feeling much right now is a combination of things. As I tune in, what I understand is that we're feeling a big push of a lot of things for many reasons. One is because right now our world is moving at such a rapidly changing pace, which means our bodies are too. And when our bodies are too, sometimes it's hard to understand. The mind can't quite comprehend physically what's going on. The spirit is trying to communicate something, but because many of us have stepped out of understanding ourselves as very powerful beings and move from a lot of limitation, there's a war that exists within, right? So at this time of year, if you are feeling and experiencing a few suggestions for you. You've heard me say a couple in other videos before, but this is so strong, and every day I'm speaking to people that are just like, I don't know what to do, right? So you see me, I'm filming this outside. One, because no matter where you are, whether it's cold or whether you've got some tropics going on or anything in between, getting outside and getting in tune with the cycles of nature and an earth that's changing with us as our bodies are made of things like earth is going to help the process along. So if you're feeling a lot of physical symptoms I'm hearing people feel, I know myself have been feeling as well. You may be getting a lot of headaches, dizziness, vertigo, a lot of heartache, almost heartache. And for some of that heartache is triggering old memories. We may be feeling depressed. This is a time of year where many of us feel sad or think about the things that we've lost, so to speak. Think about the changes that have happened that we're still struggling to let go of, right? So if you're experiencing any of this, you're not alone, first of all. And besides from being outside, I would say it's incredibly important right now to remember to, that exact moment you've been taught to leave your intuitive heart, is to come back to it. So wherever you are and whatever you're feeling, come back to that heart space. I like to put my hands on my heart. I like to take a few nice deep breaths, right? So kind of just like this, just really feeling like I'm shedding the weight. You can imagine that you're just putting down the suitcases of everything you're carrying. I might take another deep breath. You can imagine you're just letting go of the layers of shielding that you've had to put up to protect yourself, and really breathe into that heart and begin to place a little bit more trust there. We have an intuitive compass within that never has let us down, but we just haven't been taught to learn how to listen to it very often, right? So another thing that's not working this holiday season is that many of us are back in these holiday patterns, right? Oh, I don't want to go do this, but I have to, right? I don't want to buy a ton of presents, but I just did, so I'm kind of feeling bad about that. Or I haven't yet, or I don't want to do this, but I'm going to see this person because I should, This doesn't feel good because there's a conflict within. There's a conflict within because overall, some of our value system is off as a culture. So coming back to that and really coming back to that place of listening, where we're not giving because we have to, we're giving because we want to. And because many of us have been taught to give when we don't want to, our fuel tank is feeling quite empty. We haven't come back to learning how to hold and love ourselves. So this holiday season, no matter if you're with a ton of relatives or you're spending them by yourself, my suggestion to you is stay present, and stay present with your heart. And even if you're sitting in a crazy room full of people, just smile. Let everyone play their roles. Oh, there's Uncle Joe being Uncle Joe, and oh, there's my mom doing her mom thing, and oh, there's my brother doing his thing. And sit and respect that they are separate souls on a journey that are on the same journey together, but they're living out what they need to in order to evolve, and so are you. So my suggestion is that you sit there and you just be okay with it, you know? And if you're spending the holiday alone or it's different, you know, just sit and be okay with that. I'm spending a lot of the holiday alone, and I don't think about being lonely like that. I just know that this is the time in the end of the year where I really want to reflect, and I am reflecting on what's transpired this year, and what am I absolutely done with, and what am I still learning, and what am I most proud of and I'm excited about. And, you know, how can I tell my loved ones that I love them in a way that fits for me, you know? So it's nothing coming from a place of have to or need. And that's just a reframe, that's a rewrite, and it is all possible. It takes a little courage to break out of a mold or break out of a pattern that's moving through maybe the family line, or that's just moving through you, that's been there a long time. But the freedom on the other side of it is, it's absolutely wonderful, because you're following something you know from within, and you're really honoring thyself, right? So if you're feeling depressed and or suicidal, it's okay. You are still here for a reason, so please choose to stay here. And if things feel crazy, it's because there's a shedding. Think about like a snake, you know, shedding its skin. It's not comfortable. Think about a seed that needs to break out in order to bloom, and consider yourself just like that, breaking out of an old shell. And that's scary, and you know, sometimes it's messy, but we're doing it together. You and I are naturally evolving, and so keep your mind focused on the positive. That's all I got for you today. I love you all so much, and I just send my heart to be with yours, to remind you of how special you are, and that everything's changing. Just breathe with it. You'll intuitively, naturally know what to do, and just don't fight that. Don't fight that. Yes. Be willing to be bold, people, because you got to go against the crowd sometimes. But we know what we're doing. If you have any questions, if there's any way that I can assist you, feel free to type some comments below. Please tune in to crystalcubist.com and sign on to the mailing list if you haven't yet. Just because we never know when other social media sites, what they're going to do. And I want you to stay in tune, and I want to send out, I will be sending out some goodness for you on there soon. So I love you all so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful holiday, and yeah, love you.